Welcome to Center Heist Productions. This is the after draft video. First, please hit the likes and subscribes. It'd be nice if we could get to 100, 150. Let's get this channel moving, and I want to thank my Heistomaniacs. Anyway, this is where I grade the aftermath of the draft, and I waited till today. I could have made a video yesterday. I was just looking at this, and I shook my head at what we did in this draft. Anyway, Rambacker. This was the fear I had, which I predicted in episode 35. It came to light, and I wasn't all that surprised. To be honest, I was devastated that we didn't get over our mental blurb. This was our chance to get a real good offensive guy, change our trajectory in the future with getting a type of player like that would bring us to the Naslin type. And we chose not to, and I don't think we're going to get another chance because we're going to move up too much in growing that I think, we don't fall any further than 25th next season. I think we'll be in the 25 range. We'll keep maturing and getting better. So I think that screws our chance of getting top picks from here on in. This was our opportunity, and we blew it. So nothing against the kid Runbecker. This is all on Habs management. I know we're all devastated, but I will say this is a good defenseman. Kid yourself not. He was the best defenseman of the draft. The problem was top 5 players were A's and A pluses, and when we went stop at 5, everybody down below became B's. So we got a B instead of getting an A or an A plus. So that's like where a lot of predicted he'd be 9 or 10th, and I could have seen that. Although it's evident that Arizona would have picked him, and that was the grand fear. Anyway, so that there, I'd almost have to take that and break it into pieces because Randbacker's a good player, but the draft thinking of whoever made these decisions is a C. Next, we go to Jacob Fowler, which was the final goaltender that we picked in the 3rd round. I don't know why we waited against that. That's just where I had my problem with New Hope trade because I think we gave up a 1st round and a 2nd round. I don't think he was worth that, and we went small. I don't get that, and I like New Hook. He's better than what it would have been for Dubois. So I do understand that, but I think they paid too high of a price and it affected us in this draft. Because I think we should have gotten Harubel, at least kept the 37th pick and got Harubel. We chose not to and gave up way too much. We got a little bit fleeced in that trade. Anyhow, but Fowler is the final goaltender of this draft. That he was like the 4th guy. So he still has a good trajectory in what they think about him. His only problem with him is his foot speed. Everything else is excellent. So if they can work on his foot speed in developing, and he goes to college, so we're not getting him anytime soon. They take time to develop. Then we go on and we move to the 4th round where we've got Jack Guy's brother. I don't mind this because at this level in the 4th round, why not? It's kind of nice to see. You're going to have that scrappy type. However, does he make the NHL? I'm not sure. I think at best he becomes a 4th liner, maybe a 3rd liner, maybe. You never know, but 4th line is where I would see him if he cracks the NHL. I don't mind it because these are just kind of shots in the dark. And then we went after a defenseman, which I don't get at all because it's in the Russian program. Kuyishkov, I know I'm butchering his name. 5'11", he's not even big. I don't get it because now you're all of a sudden willing to go into the Russian program, but you weren't for Mitchkov. Different strokes? I don't know. Don't understand it. Don't even know why we drafted another defenseman at this point. Now we're so loaded in defense. I don't get. You wasted a draft pick there to me. That's a total waste. Then we finally went with another goaltender, which was Quentin Miller. 6'3", is a fairly big goaltender. Doesn't hurt to have. I'm glad they really did address the goaltending. They got 3 or 4 goaltenders in this. So who knows? He could turn out to be something. Again, we went to next in the 5th round to Sam Harris, left winger, 5'11". Don't know enough about him. It's kind of another shot in the dark from what it looks like to me. Then we went for another goaltender in that 5th round, Vijeni, Volchkin, and he's a at least I like that because those Russian goaltenders tend to turn out. So this could be a guy that we should keep our eye on in the future because he could be another Vasilevsky. That's the other thing other than Fowler. Fowler is definitely the guy they're evidently looking that will probably take the reins, but don't count this Volchkin out yet either because Russian goaltenders tend to surprise you. Then we go with Mesolek, and I don't know much about him. So don't know enough about him to say anything. Then we went with Monty Yagri, goaltender, and so they were stockpiling the goaltenders at that point. And then our final draft was Erickson, and I didn't mind seeing that. Big center, Philip Erickson, and it's funny enough, this is one of the better drafts that we did through the whole damn thing. He's actually got a good write up. So that was pretty much it for Montreal. There was nothing exciting. That's what bothered me. And again, I would have liked to have seen him pile up some of those lower picks to at least move up into the second and third round. Although we were hoping to see them move up and try to get one more first rounder. I just think the cost. New Hook, we paid the price for that trade. We lost. It was an overpayment. We should not have had to pay a first rounder and a second rounder. Sorry, good kid, got a lot of speed and will fit in, and he will fit in with this team. Although I was surprised, they went with a small player. I hope they're going to address this in free agency because right now anything we've done is not looking all that positive. And to compare this draft, I am going to rate the whole draft. Yes, we got 3 or 4 goaltenders, which is good. That's one good thing we did. We addressed our goaltending situation and it needed to happen. So we got a lot of opportunities for 1 or 2 of these kids turning out. But the rest of this draft, other than Renbecker, and I think Fowler will do well. Other than that, I don't hold a lot of hope. And we don't even know, does Fowler get to the point of that he won't succeed with his foot speed if that's not corrected. Everything else on him is great. He has to, but he's got time to do that. He'll be in college over there anyway. But for me, I give a total grade to the Montreal Canadiens as a D. They failed miserably in this draft. I think the only area that keeps them in the D was that they addressed the goaltending. They wasted a couple picks on defensemen. I don't get it. I am baffled beyond baffled. They even entered the Russian program, which made no sense to me because you were using that as your excuse. You don't know the risk factor, but you were willing to take that chance in the 4th round. That I semi get because not if it doesn't pan out and he doesn't come, it's not such a big loss. Mitchkov would be kind of, if he failed, it would be a Yakupov thing, and who knows. I hope they knew something I don't know, or the rest of us don't know, because to me, you just missed a generational player. This was our Mats Naslund type in the future, and we blew it. Blew it, and I don't care. There's no excuse. We drafted for position. Need. We didn't draft for the best player. So for me, I am just utterly, totally disgusted with this draft on Montreal Canadiens. Yeah, I hope there's some things that we don't know about that we're all wrong on, because I'll be rooting for Renbecker. He's going to be a good defenseman. And I think they looked at that, focused on that too much for Lane Hudson's partner, because it's going to be Gooley and Mailloux from the looks of the future. And then you're looking at Lane Hudson if we're going to hold them. To need a big partner in Renbecker is why they did it. No doubt in my mind. And then, hopefully you're stuck with Jack Eye and Barron. Or Coop, because I think, you're going to have a couple of defensemen that are going to, and Harris as your 7th. I don't know how that'll all work out. So, there's going to be a lot. We had no business going after more defensemen, though. It was bad enough that we went after one. So and then our size, the only thing we did right in this draft was goaltenders. But we even missed on that, in my opinion. We should have been working on getting up in the draft so we could get Haruba. I think we missed out on the best opportunity for goaltenders. We blew. So anyway, it's totally to me a failure. Comparing this to last year's draft, they did so well in last year's draft that they blew me out of the water how well they did. This draft compared to it's just a total deflation, in my opinion. So hopefully there's, and it's one of those things. Later drafts are hard to figure out for most of us. So we'll see. Hopefully there's some positives in here. I just think it looked like we were asleep at the table. I hope there's a plan for free agency, because if this is it, wow, maybe we do fall into the bottom three again next year, because there's really not a whole lot of change. I don't know. But anyway, with that being said, that's the end of the video. I want to thank you. I'm sorry, that was my grade. And again, I'll be rooting for Renbecker in the future, because he will be a good defenseman. Kid yourself not. It's not his fault. It's just that after those first five guys we mentioned prior to, those were all A and A plus players. Everybody after that was B. So why we did that, and we needed to address a punch up front, and we totally ignored it. So I don't know whose homework that was. I wasn't impressed whatsoever. Anyhow, thank you for viewing the video. We will wait and see, because I'm sure I'm going to be making more as we start making some moves. I hope we make some moves, because we need to make some moves up front drastically. And somebody mentioned, I liked Junkie's take on this. Very similar takes on this draft, other than I'm probably a little harsher on it. I just think we made a lot of boo-boos and waited till it was too deep. Anyhow, again, somebody from the Montreal, one of the channels of the podcast, I got a kick out of it. It was a lady. She was new on it, and she thinks we have to address defense on the right side already for this season. Well, you know what? I gotta tell you, I don't know what the hell you're thinking. No, we don't. We're fine. We don't need another veteran defenseman. We got a log jam of kids that'll do just fine. If anything, we need to get rid of Joel Edmondson. We need to unload one. We got two other veterans there. We'll be fine. We don't go and get another one. What are you thinking? Give me a break. Anyway, that being said, thank you for watching. Please hit the likes and subscribes. We'd muchly appreciate it. And tell your friends and family about it. And we will catch you in the next video, which, like I say, I expect to see something happen on the 1st, which is tomorrow onward. So let's hope that Kent and Hugo is doing something other than this, because this is not a whole lot to be. This was a deflation. The only thing I can say is hopefully there's something they know that we don't, and it comes back, because I will root for Reinbecker down the road. It's just he wasn't the generational player. So, with that being said, God bless you, take care, and we will see you next time. Where's the puck drop first? Here, center ice. And thank you, Heisomaniacs.